What's going on, folks? It is your boy Metal back at you. Hmm, interesting. Fought my fight with my last live, and I'm going to give it a couple minutes here to see somebody joins in, and I can start going into that stuff. But for now, welcomes everybody. We'll start hopefully getting some people to join in here. Give it a few moments. Have a sip of apple juice in the meantime. Love that apple juice. It's great stuff. So let's see if we can get anybody to join us here. I know it usually takes like a minute or two to get a couple people in here, but I also set it up for replay, and the chat will be back up in the replay too. So you notice like nothing there, nothing back here either that would normally be there for reasons. For reasons, and that was because of the last live I tried to do. Not the first one, it's still up on the channel, but the second one I tried to do. Yeah, weird stuff happened, yo. Weird stuff. But I'll get into that here in a little bit. But anyway, yeah, my Freedom seed dispensers, yeah, they won't be in any of my videos anymore. I will not be doing videos with any Freedom seed dispensers, nor will I be doing videos about Freedom seed dispensers. I will not have any Freedom seed dispensers in the background of any of my videos, other than like the stupid little things here, the stickers that are on the ammo cabinet. I'm not going to be doing any of those. There's reasons, and I'm not one of these big accounts that has millions of followers or even tens of thousands. I'm lucky to have tens of followers. Um, but I don't make a lot of money for this space here, so I don't get to get away with certain things. The videos that I do have up that are shot videos and uploaded, I'm contemplating removing them. And here's why. During the live that I was on, I'm calling it the zombie live because it was undead. A lot went on there. I did the live, wanted to kind of promo the episode I just recorded here a little while ago, about an hour ago, the podcast. This title, it was my 45th episode, so I titled it 45 ACP. That was kind of cool. But it's all about designated marksmen in a Minuteman group, preparedness unit, some aspects of the military, things like that in my previous life, whatever. But I wanted to talk about that and kind of promo that for the podcast. Maybe some of the folks here from YouTube might enjoy listening to that content. So threw it out there, was going to promo it. Years ago, I did a live stream with one of my boys. We're out in BFE in the middle of nowhere, and we were shooting and doing 2-man drills and things like that, and practicing and carrying on and shooting whatever. Control range, everything was like you see other videos by a certain DC or a GT or guys like that, and the guy that's the big head, little arms, that guy, his channel, they do that stuff all the time. No issue. Went out with my buddy. We were doing all kinds of drills and stuff like that, and it was live. Totally cool. Had a great time. Nothing got shut down. Everything was perfectly fine. His live stayed. People chatting and stuff. His girlfriend was running the chat and was talking to us and talking to the people in the chat and conveying stuff back and forth. It was a cool time. Nothing. Like, everything was good. So I figured, okay, if I'm just describing this platform and talking about the characteristics of it and educating, shouldn't have any problem because it's an educational aspect. It's not an action. However, it gets better. As I'm going into the chat, Brother here, Twin Arrow Survival. He came on, and I believe he might be at work right now. So, cheers to you, brother. Glad you're getting some work in. Um, he came on along with his mama bear and some of his followers. Jumped over onto the live here. We were talking, shooting the breeze, whatever, on there, back and forth, whatever, and started talking about the DMR and DM aspects of things. So I grabbed my DMR that I've done a feature video on this channel. This has been featured several times on this channel in videos and in the background and stuff. And I've talked about it and pointed it out and different things like that in my videos. No different. Everything is condition zero. Nothing in, nothing on, bolt clear, everything, nothing. Closest thing I have to load into it is behind me on the wall, which is like 12 feet behind me, or up on top of the cabinet, or in the cabinet, right? Or in one of the packs back there. So it was completely clear and safe. I am the only one within the cave here. Nothing got pointed at a camera, nothing. So as I'm going and describing this and educating on the optics and so on and so forth for a DMR, the beautiful people from Twin Arrows that jumped over here were on the live with me, and Twin Arrows himself said, "Hey, careful with that because the live sphere does not like that. They will smack your pee." And I'm like, well, it's just education. I don't understand that because of my previous experience actually being alive where we were doing training and educating in that aspect, that it was fine. Shouldn't be an issue. Well, however, boom, not much quicker. I even set it to the side, drop that subject, won't cover that. I will only talk about that stuff on the podcast. Got off camera, everything. Just that quick, boom, my live ends. And I get an immediate on this screen right here notification that my live was ended due to copyright infringements or music. Not playing any music. There's no music going on. Why? As I'm then messaging Twin Arrows and telling him what's going on and everything else, trying to keep it short while I'm trying to file an appeal for the copyright thing because there's no music or nothing going on. As I'm filing that appeal, I get a notification on my phone. I got an email because I'm not logged into that email, the TinMan email on my PC here to get notifications on here. TinMan's on my phone, at least in this aspect, so I can multitask between personal stuff and business stuff. I get a notification, TinMan email. I'm like, what the heck? So I go in my email. As I have the appeal up for the copyright on my laptop, I get a notification that I've been smacked on my PP because of the rifle in the video, the GUN in the video, the Gundam, big old robotic Gundam in the video. Wasn't the one I was holding that they zoomed in on and focused on in the email they sent me from a screenshot from the video from the live. No, it was the one sitting back over here, my camo one, my SIG. Not the one here I'm going over the optic on and stuff. No, the one behind me was what they zoomed in on and focused. Okay, I'm tracking. So I finished filing the appeal about the copyright because there's no music playing whatsoever, right? Then I delved into the other second strike on me. In one fell swoop, boom. After the copyright and it ended my live, it was about 5-6 minutes maybe till I got the notification of the other thing. So finished the copyright email appeal, sent that off. Went in and I filed my appeal when it came to the Gundam aspect, right? So I went in to say, I'm an educator. I'm not doing anything except educating and talking. Everything condition zero, everything safe, controlled environment. I am the only one here, nobody else in the room, safe, locked, just me in here, educating, not carrying out any actions or anything, not making any threats, purely educating on the device. And I went on to cite that nobody was being threatened, no laws were being broken, no, nothing was being done. And I actually cited some law, some actual law. If you guys listen to the podcast, you'll hear me talk about law, legalities, right? So cited some law to him and sent that off. Meanwhile, my ability to go live in this aspect had been banned. Could be a day, could be a week, could be a month, could be 6 months, could be a year, could be indefinitely. I didn't know. I could not get an answer. They like to hold that from you, not let you know. Right after I send off that appeal citing law and everything else, I get another email from the team here in this space, whoever, automated, who knows. Can't reply to it. Can't reply to it. I get another email saying that due to my whatever happened, I am no longer monetized on this space. Hmm. Let's think about that for a second. I'm no longer monetized on this space. However, I do not meet the criteria to be monetized in the first place on this space. So how am I getting demonetized for something I'm not even monetized for? I don't understand that. So I was like, fun fact, I don't even meet the criteria to be monetized. So this is an empty threat you're making against me. For what? For what? Okay, I'm tracking. I'm tracking how this is going. So meanwhile, my ability to do this is squashed, right? So about an hour or two later, I get an email saying that my copyright battle that I didn't, or my appeal rather, was accepted. They accepted my appeal. Yeah, there was no music playing, so on and so forth. I'm guessing a human got involved versus their algorithm, right? Okay. A couple days go by. Then I get a response from the system again saying that my appeal on the other thing was viewed, or they reviewed it or whatever. And no, 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 commie guidelines, here we go. All right, so whatever. I just won't do that on here. Well, then I made the conscientious decision to, if it does get reversed and I am able to do this, I am removing said things from the background and I will no longer do those said things on this channel. That will be purely for the folks that follow me on Spotify, and we can talk about all the cool stuff there and we can do cool guy things on Spotify. We can do cool guy things on other platforms that aren't this, because I won't stand for that. Whenever there's big, huge accounts that do all that kind of stuff all the time, whatever, but they're promoted and they're managed and they're through certain media groups, yeah, they get their big pays, and this space gets the pay from all that and the advertising and everything else. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to do those here anymore. Mm-mm. Now, if y'all want to join the silly sallies on the podcast, watch that stuff over there and listen to that stuff over there, I will go all about it over there. I will go full on. I will go full schizo. I already have like Krisky rants. Y'all love those risky Krisky rants, right? And him going off. My boy Grunt Proof doing his thing. Do that kind of stuff over there. I won't do it here. And I was saying in that live how I'm not going to do the schizo rants and that kind of stuff in this space. I won't do it. I do it over there because I've been doing it over there for going on 2 years, and everything's perfectly fine. And like I've gotten congratulations from Spotify on doing this, that, and the other with streams and this and that and the other, and getting all kinds of stuff sent to me all the time about how great the show is and asking me to monetize. Not going to do it. But as you can see, I'm live. As you can see, I'm live. Because when a human got involved and saw that there was nothing going on there, nothing nefarious, nothing bad that I'm actually educating, I got an email back apologizing about threatening to take away monetization from me, apologizing for getting a copyright infringement upon me for a second strike on the channel. And then also the whole thing about how those things were taken out of context by the algorithm and the automated system. So a human apparently got eyes on it and saw it and sent me that, reinstated my ability to do this. Okay. I made the conscientious decision, if that zombie live gets posted, which it did, it got posted back to my channel and cleared. Okay. If that happened, and it did, the second I got wind of it that it posted to my channel, I was removing it. And I did. I removed the zombie live because I don't want them to have that on my channel. I didn't get notification that it was posted to my channel. No, 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 no. They snuck it on there. So what? Then I can have them in the future use their algorithm, their AI crap, automated systems, to then go back and keep hitting me and repeat wheels on the bus go round and round kind of crap and just run me over with it. No, you ain't playing metal like that. I removed it. I'm contemplating removing both the DMR and the NPR videos from this channel. I will not be having them in the background on any future videos I post here. I will not do it. Will not happen. I will not go and do cool guy stuff in the woods that I was actually planning on doing and had some cool stuff set up. No, not going to do that. Not going to do that. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I'm going to keep it vanilla. Vanilla. You want the spicier stuff? You want the stuff that got a little bit of heat to it? Yeah. Join me on the other platforms for that, but not here. Can't do it. Won't do it because the overlords smack that pee, right? So, sorry. The overlords and their communist guidelines will not allow me to do so because I'm not going to have them ruin something where people can learn from vanilla videos to go and further follow another platform that I'm on that is a segue into something better. No, no, I'm not going to do that. I don't have a huge following here, and I don't even care. I really don't even care because if I can reach one person, get one person to learn something that I know that might help them with what they're doing, or somebody in their group, or they share it to somebody that it could benefit them, I'm going to do it. I'm going to put that vanilla content out there for that person to learn that. Like, I'll still go over my gear. I'm still going to do all that stuff. My personal gear production to get things off and running with my manufacturing, I've been kneecapped. Flat out, I've been kneecapped on it because I'm not throwing tens of millions of dollars at something. I'm trying to get a prototype, get a good working prototype together for my system, revolutionize all that stuff, like that stuff and that stuff, like the chest rigs and plate carriers and stuff, and the packs and all that. Yeah, I have a system that I've designed to revolutionize that. but I'm getting kneecapped on that. Reached out to manufacturers, crickets. I want to do everything here in America. I don't want to send it to Wingdong, Jingdong, Wuhan, whatever. Not doing Timu crap. I don't have a manufacturing facility. I don't. I don't have anything like that around me. The place that's the closest to me, they're the closest thing to being able to do what I need in manufacturing, but they're not close enough to what I need. They can't gear up to do it. They're not going to be able to. Which sucks because they're really cool. But such is life, right? Improvise, adapt, and overcome. I'm still trying to get my manufacturing up and going with that. Get somebody that can produce the things on the scale that I think they should be produced to have the same quality, the same mindset, the same everything, and have everything be affordable for people. Not talking like, you know, Spiritus and I'm just saying Spiritus, but Spiritus and Everly Stock and Cry and all those companies that even Velocity Rigs, Velocity Systems, Crossfire, they make great stuff, but everything's so freaking expensive. So expensive. Am I going to pay my bills this month or am I going to get a backpack? Am I going to pay my bills this month or am I going to get a rig set up and a pack? So you figure getting yourself just a chest rig, some type of belt system, some type of pack for what's going on, Twin Arrows. Hope you had a good day, Justin. Get that work in. But till you get those items, you're going to be out several hundred, maybe several $1,000s doing something like that. Done working. He's getting ready for the bad weather they got coming the next few days. Yeah, dude. We got probably about 5 out there right now here this morning. And we're looking at potentially getting like another 10 over the next day or two. Not feeling it, man. Not feeling it, dude. But with the gear, trying to make it so that way somebody can get a whole system rather than being out several thousands of dollars to be able to get a system that they can have a chest rig to train in, have a belt, have a backpack, salt pack, ruck, flat pack, be able to swap stuff out as they need on that rig system and have it be all encompassing. So that way you just have to get it, just come to Tin Man and we will outfit you. Let's see what's he got here. Just heard it from the guys at work at the beginning of next week, expecting 5 to 15. Whew. I know there were a lot of inches deployed last night all over the nation. But yeah, I'm not looking forward to more snow. I think we've been punished enough. Like I was saying I was on Twins Live last evening after I saw you went live. We were on our way home from the grocery store. And I was like, I'm gonna jump on. So I'm riding there and wife's driving her grocery getter and jumped on and said, all right, I'll be right back. I gotta carry in groceries and carry my groceries, jump back on. Had to get a shower, get dinner going and all that stuff. He was trying to get dinner going and stuff too. We both ended up having steak and taters, go figure. But yeah, I jumped onto his live and I was saying about how we here, Laurel Highlands and PA, we have had snow since about Thanksgiving. And here we are, 215, and we still got snow. Tired of it. Tired of it. Yeah, he lives down in North Carolina, so they usually don't get the snow like we get up here. I got a lot of friends and extended family down in the NC. Um, yeah, it's it's not good for them down there. Us Billy Goats and us mountain folk, we're up here in the Laurel Highlands. We're mountain folk. We're used to getting dumped on with snow. Here a few years ago, we ended up getting 3 feet of snow in one storm. So yeah, it's not like it's a common thing for those guys to get pounded on. So I hope it doesn't go 5 to 15. I hope it stays like 4, and they were wrong, or maybe 2. But yes, brilliant minds always think alike, man. It's our Minuteman hive mind we have. Because I know there's different times like Scout or Dolio or somebody, Clay Martin or Grunt Proof or Jay, Modern Minuteman, Modern Frontiersman. These guys, Magic Prepper. Even we were talking about him last night. We'll have like this collective, like the force is speaking to us. We're all thinking the same thing, or we're all looking at doing the same thing. It's uncanny. It's kind of cool. But yeah, on the replay, you guys will be able to go back and watch the beginning portion here. I did win the appeals and got my live reinstated, as you see me here, the bearded dummy back on the screen. So anyway, that's what I got going on with that. With the equipment, I ran into situations, and a lot of us have, that actually go out and do stuff with our gear. You throw on a chest rig. You got straps here, right? Comes around your body, straps around the back, right? On a plate carrier, same thing. You got the straps over to hold the plate carrier on and have it ride on you, right? Do a battle belt, pistol belt, something like that. You have that on. Or if you're on patrol, or you have a waist strap on your pack, a lot of guys will take that waist strap and strap it around the back of their pack and not use it. So then all the weight is riding on their shoulders and compressing the crap out of their spine. And it sucks. You get a lot of pinch points up in here with that, and it's terrible. Then you got that thickness up here where the straps don't ride just right or something, and kind of bunches up this side, bunches up here, slides down off. That sucks. You'd probably, I'm a firm believer in having your sidearm at the ready. Even though you got your main, your primary, having a sidearm at the ready. Catastrophic malfunctions do happen. If you are in a fight, you want to stay in the fight. If something does happen to your primary, you want to be able to have something to keep you going. Why not have your sidearm ready to go? But whenever you're carrying a ruck, it's very difficult to do that because of that waist strap. So you strap it around the back, or you don't carry your belt with your sidearm, your IFAK, your extra water, all those things, right? What if there's a way you still have all of that? I've designed it. It's a modular system. If you want just the chest rig portion, you can do just chest rig portion. Your rock solid. You want a flat pack to throw on. Well, you incorporate that onto the chest rig. Then you have your flat pack, hydration carrier, whatever you want to call it. Well, if you want a belt, okay, we've got belts too. They can be standalone. They can work with chest rig. They'll work with flat pack. Those rigs will also work with your, say, assault style packs. Even with a flat pack on your back, you can still put the assault kit on there. Interesting. Yeah, piqued your interest, huh? Yeah. Yeah. Just wait until the track system does come out. You're Justin, you're probably going to be one of the first people that I show it to once I get prototyping. This is why I was saying about working with DJ. That and with what I already do here. So you got that flat pack on. You can put your assault pack over top of it. Flat pack will encompass into it. You honestly wouldn't even know you have a flat pack or hydration carrier on with the assault pack over it. Cool, right? Well, there's also a ruck option too. But metal, the waist belt with the ruck and the belt that you have, how's that? Wouldn't it be cool if your battle belt incorporated into your ruck, or your ruck incorporated into your battle belt? Your chest rig or plate carrier would incorporate into plate carrier chest rig incorporate into your assault pack and hydration. Don't have to have all those straps. It's just the gear you're in, just your harness, your chest rig is your suspension. Hooks into your pack, hooks into your pack down below, and it hooks into your battle belt. So you have that support. You have that waist strap. You have that chest support in the sternum because you're it's a chest rig, right? Right. But it also hooks into your straps. You're having to wear one thing to incorporate the flat pack, the assault pack, or the ruck. You'll definitely get to test it out sometime. As soon as I can get it produced. But I always find myself in the situation where when I'm out doing stuff, I'm having to pack around the big motorhome, right? My battleship, my toy hauler, right? My big old 75er sitting over here. Done the video on that. Love that pack. But it's big. It's big old chonker. I have to put straps over my chest rig, and it gets all cumbersome and slides, and it's a pain. But with that system, I can run my flat and I can run a ruck. I can run the flat and I can run an assault pack. Anything from 30 liter up to 40 liters, 45 liters, sorry. And hey, Mama Bear, welcome. As you see, your boy's back. But yeah, you can incorporate that stuff into the whole setup. Alice 24 says, I have my Alice pack chest rig and I can't wear my battle belt because of the kidney strap. Exactly. Exactly. The having those pads coming around, they're great. They just hug you, give you a little love. But when you're trying to truck around fast, you probably want to ditch your ruck. I pack my stuff up in my ruck, but then I have to break down from there into an assault pack to go do things. If I'm an LPOP or something, I found like when I was out doing hiding, I'd be like in a security situation where I'd go out, pull security or whatever. I'd have to download from my ruck into a small pack to take with me to keep me in the fight. Well, with this system, you don't necessarily have to do that because you can jettison your ruck and still have the original assault pack or flat pack already on. So I'm saying the more straps you have up by your neck, the more chance you have of getting chafed, irritated. It's just a pain in the ass. It truly is. It truly is. Um, Whenever you're carrying that weight, okay, say you take contact, okay, in Minecraft here, take contact. You have to beat feet, get to cover. You know, cover is what keeps the stuff from coming at you, right? Concealment only hides you from it. Cover is what stops it. You have to get to cover, right? So once I truck my little happy ass over there and get to cover, I can drop that pack, still have a few mags in my flat pack, stuff to keep me in the fight, and I can, you know, whatever. And they're getting formation, so on and so forth, return fire, blah, 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 whatever. I can always go back and pick up my pack, put it back in, and away we go. So I started out with a ripcord type system. You know how you can, some guys, if you're on here, you know, airborne, how to cut away a primary shoot for an auxiliary, same kind of thing to cut away the pack so it falls off. But I found another way to do it. And it worked great, but getting it produced is the big headache, because it's going to be 100% American made, 100% American everything the whole way around. No Chinesium. No outsourcing to anywhere. I wanted to do it all here in PA, but unfortunately, manufacturing is kind of limited where I'm at. So I'm doing tons of research. Hey, Krista, welcome. Yeah, doing tons of research when it comes to manufacturers and who I can get, what I can work with, materials, and so on and so forth. Because I'm not a subpar guy. I like to run my stuff good, solid. Um, People are going to be counting on this stuff, so I want them to be able to count on it no matter what. I want it bulletproof as much as possible. So that system has been held up. The TinMan patented track system stands for Tactical Response and Assault Kit, or sorry, Tactical Resupply and Assault Kit. Um, I also have that I make scrim covers for the longer Freedom dispensers, and I also make pack covers, which I've shown in my videos. I know Twins seen them. Those pack covers are reversible, so you have camo on the outside, and then you have like a snow scheme on the other side, so you can reverse it. They are not waterproof covers; they are scrim covers. They are to break up the shape of a pack, break up the shape of your Freedom seed dispenser, and you're going to get one as soon as it's built. As soon as it's built, and I got any on hand, there is one coming down to North Carolina for you. I just need to know what size packs I'll end up sending down to you. Um, but we can talk about all that whenever the time comes. Um, yeah, we got some cool stuff on the horizon. Um, what's up, Levi? Um, I'd like to get to a point where I am doing my own in-house manufacturing, as well as having a place that people can go and try armor, try chest rigs, try plate carriers, try packs. If you got a setup you have, but you want something similar to it, in comparison, it's old and broke down and janky, and you want to get a new setup, I can get you with that. So come into my shop, and I'll be able to take your rig that you have now, assess what you got, outfit you similarly with what we got, send you on your way. People don't get to see what happens to armor. They see it online. They see, the different companies like Tacticon, AR500, Spartan, all these different companies putting armor up there and saying, "Yep, it's leveled this." What does that mean? It's certified to this level. It'll take this, that, and the other. But do you actually get to see what happens when it gets patinged? You don't. So you're buying stuff sight unseen. At least you can test drive a car before you buy it. You don't want to test drive armor before you buy it. Trust me, you don't want to test drive armor ever. Oh shoot. Let me catch up with the chat here real quick. You will get one of mine. We will talk about that. We'll talk about that offline here. Um, we know how to get in touch with each other. Yeah, careful in that snow, Levi. Snow sucks. I hate Schnee. I am not in Michigan. I am in Pennsylvania. I don't have a store yet. This is like hopes and dreams kind of talk here, spitballing for the future. Um, Tactical Tailor does do a great job with upgrades and stuff for Alice stuff. I do like it. I just think all of it in the end, I think a lot of it is really pricey for what you're getting. Um, yeah, we'll definitely be talking about stuff here coming up. Well, if y'all don't mind the deep old snow up here in the north, if it does take off, yeah, definitely have work. Um, I don't have a website up yet. I have the YouTube, I have my Spotify, my podcast, Facebook, Twitter, Telegram. I have all that stuff set up for the company. Doing all this preemptively and getting out there. reaching out to folks and talking about this stuff, as well as trying to help out with education with Minuteman community, survival preparedness, those kind of things. Um, and I'm trying to get out there and kind of establish and learn more about the community itself as a whole, what everybody's pain points are with gear. That's why I was able to design this system, is because I learned people's pain points, what they hated about all their gear, what they loved about all their gear, so I could incorporate the best and get rid of the worst. So snow, no. Let me show you all something here. This is not this is not one of those things that got me booted before. This is my helmet. It is a helmet. See, this is one of the helmet scrim covers I did. Got my NV mount on here, but this is the helmet cover I did. Um, some shock cords, some zip ties, things like that. Ends up working out pretty good. Just did a high cut bump, something to just keep me from getting my dinger knocked, because I got no protection up here. I just got my skull cap. But it also gives me a way to put my enablers on here and carry those around. And I am looking at over the ear comms for this, as well as lights and stuff for this infrared strobe. I do have already. We're going on the back here, and I have it already segmented out. So if you peel back the layers, got enough Velcro back there to put the counterweight batteries on the back. So got that little guy. A lot of the stuff I've made out of my own necessity for what I need with my team, what I notice when we're out doing things, so I can see what's going on. And hey, notice that on his setup that it was like this. Well, maybe I can do it like that. So oh, you got lucky, man. If you got the backpack from a buddy and you already had the tactical tailor stuff, right on. Oh, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, if it does take off, um, like-minded people will be who I'm looking at, you know, having in the company and doing what we do. Um, I'd like to have that store so, like I said, people can come in, they can check out armor, hold it, see it. They can put on fake plates or whatever to see the weight. We can set it up like they like, or so on. You know, and they can say, "Hey, I really like that, but that only stops this. I want to be able to stop that, but I don't want all the extra weight. So I'm thinking I'm going to go with this plate versus just looking at pictures online." You know, it's kind of a nightmare. When I bought my armor that I have in my testudo up here, I I had experience with dealing with that stuff already, so I knew what I was looking for. I knew what I was doing with it. A lot of people don't. They're new to this community. They don't understand that stuff and what threat levels are this, what they're that, da, da, da. So they're just kind of buying sight unseen with no clue. So let me see here. Yeah, I'll definitely show you how I did it. Tell you how I did it. It's There's not really any kind of secret sauce to it. Um, and the Mish helmets, low cuts, we can do those too. I mean, it's basically the same template with the scrim. It's just your attachment points are different. You have to look at it and see where you can attach, where you have to have some flex, where you need to be higher or lower or whatever. And you basically trim it yourself. But I'll cover that whenever we get to that point. Krista, with getting you and your kids packs, one thing I will recommend is making sure you get a rain cover for the pack. If it's a regular nondescript pack for a kid, the better. If it looks just like a regular school backpack kind of deal, but it has some strapping to it for like a kidney pad or like a little sternum strap, those are great. So that way, if they are having to carry it and you're having to walk through a area that may not be, you probably don't want them having like, you know, tactical cool guy packs. But the rain cover you can throw over top of it to disguise it even further. If it's raining, sucks, throw the rain cover over it, keep everything inside. Compartmentalization for kids is huge. Compartmentalization, period, with packs is huge. Having like a simple fire kit, Bic lighter, some matches, stormproof matches, and having some Vaseline cotton balls, like I always talk about, in a Ziploc bag rolled up. Have that in a bigger Ziploc bag and have it labeled fire kit for them. Understand they need to learn how to use those things. Water purification when it comes to kids, life straws or Sawyer filter, and keep it super simple for them. Um, when it comes to food, Lickies and Chewies are huge for kids. Those of you that don't know what Lickies and Chewies are, Jolly Ranchers, gummy bears, gummy worms, this gum, jawbreakers, Tic Tacs, whatever, stuff like that, just to get the sugar in, keep the morale going if they're having to truck. When I've had to take kids out and stuff with us before, having that kind of stuff, they were like happier having that kind of stuff to help keep them moving along. Um, let's see. Let me catch up here. Yeah, getting the stuff to put in it is pretty important. I have a bag I have set up for my wife, but if we're having to do something, I have her set up that she has her dog Magnus with her because he wouldn't be with me; he'd be with her. So she has the water bottle thing with the thing for the dog. She's got the food dispenser, the treats, the doggy bags, the extra stuff for him in her pack. So when it comes to kids and animals, you got to think about them too. Um, but with packs for adults, don't try to carry more than at minimum quarter of your body weight. You shouldn't be carrying any more than a quarter of your body weight at max. I'm an idiot and I carry a lot because my previous life I had to carry a lot. Full combat loadout plus a weapon plus everything in my pack. Well over 100 pounds sometimes, and it sucked. It truly sucks. So the lighter you can be, the better it is. That's why on my channel and on my podcast, I always talk about skills over things. If I can do something and learn how to do something with this much to affect that much, I want to do it. So basic survival skills, basic stuff like that, awesome. Um, Jay, the Modern Minuteman. I don't know if you guys follow his channel or if you've ever heard of him. Jay Pilardi is a great dude. My neighbor over here in Ohio. Um, he has a series out that he has a book that is specific on teens and kids prepping and being prepared. Um, it's a great freaking series. Um, I've read excerpts from it, but I haven't got to read the whole book yet. I am currently enthralled in the Tactical Wisdom series by Joe DeLeo and also in NC Scouts books. Um, Great dudes, great wealth of information in their books. So those are some to check out as well. They will also help you clue you in when you're trying to do this kind of stuff and spec out gear and packs and things like that for yourself and for your family. Give you a lot of insight there as to what you might want to do. Um, Joe really goes into it in Baseline Training Book 1, TWO1, about a basic loadout. Now, if it's a kid, you're obviously not going to be putting some of that stuff in their pack, but make it lighter for them and easier for them. But one of the most important things is making things fun for kids. That way they're going to want to do it. So just my domesticated moron 2 cents on the matter. So for whatever it's worth. And I got my buddy Mando texting the living crap out of me. If y'all listen to the podcast, you heard him on. Quite welcome. Um, y'all listen to podcasts. He was on Navy SEALs Bugging Guide Part 1, 2, and 3. He is trying to set up his own podcast. Um, Let me respond to him real quick. But he's trying to set up his own podcast. He wants to talk about myths and legends and like cryptids and all that kind of stuff. Um, Pretty cool, pretty cool cover picture he's got. That is the cover picture for his podcast, his profile picture on his podcast. You got the little baby Sasquatch, Mando helmet, and his hoodie and pants that he always wears. But yeah, he's going to have that coming out here fairly soon, which I have to help him get set up in doing the podcast itself. How to use the software, the recording studio, all that kind of stuff, mics. Um, Twin, you were talking about getting mics or something. I will tell you, these little mics right here are amazing. I got a 2-pack of them. They charge via Type C, just like cell phone, just like an Android. But they're a lapel, like a lavalier mic. I think these are Kamika mics. I think it cost me like $30 for the 2 mics. And that's what I use for the podcast, for the YouTube, for all of it. Which I used to use my old Samsung level headphones. They did a great job. Whenever I did all the Warrior Collective stuff, when I was involved with that channel as one of the contributors to it, I used to use those all the time. I upgraded to these because it's what Reaper uses, and they've done really well for me for like $30 or less. You get 2 mics, and you get a little adapter that plugs in Type C. However, I'm using it on the laptop right now. As you see, I'm lit up here green. I got the little green light there. Um, Prepared Citizen Manual. Yes, yes, that's exactly it. Just drawing a blank. Anyway, this little adapter over here will plug into your phone. That you can use your phone when you're out doing the things and patrols and stuff and taking us with you. You can use these mics, one for you, one for Mama Bear, right? And you guys can go out and do the things and have it hooked up with the micro USB or not Type C into your phone while you're recording. It's Bluetoothing to the phone all your vocal stuff, all your mic stuff. If you need to use it in a PC form like I am right here, I got a little adapter that goes Type C to regular USB that I can use it with my laptop as well. So just a little thing right there that might help you out with your current situation. I know you've said you're not the most tech savvy guy, but I'm a high speed redneck, so I get into a lot of that crap. Being an electrician, being low voltage guy, being that guy, telephone, TV, surround sound, all that. I've done all that my entire career. So now I work in grid power. I keep the lights on for people versus before where I did all the electrical in the house. Um, that that little thing right there, love it. And yes, we will talk about the whole podcasting thing once we actually get to chat. I do want to have you on the Tin Man TNA podcast, but we'll talk about all kinds of fun, whatever we want, because we ain't shut down there like we are here. So anyway, yeah, I do want to get you on there and rap about stuff. Um, if y'all got Spotify, jump on Tin Man TNA podcast. I got it linked in my channel description. I got all the links there for all the socials and stuff. When the website for Tin Man Tactical and Apparel does come into fruition, and it does happen, then I will post a link there for that as well. The whole Tin Man TNA thing. Let me tell you where the whole metal and the Tin Man thing came from. So I got the call sign nickname Metal years ago when I did something and my captain saw it and he was like, "Dude, that is about the most fucking metal thing I've ever seen. Hooah!" So then I was started to be called Metal. I've always been into blades. As you can see, I have all kinds of different knives and swords and blades all over the place in here. But I've always been into blades, and my dad was a machinist and grew up around metal and metalworking and stuff like that. So metal just kind of seemed to fit me, and my favorite type of music's metal anyway. So anyway, so that's how I got the metal. So it's just stuck with me throughout the years. My friends and family call me one thing that are like the friends and family that, okay, yeah, it's the family nickname that they gave me as a kid, right? But then all my other friends, they all call me Metal. So like any of my, former life buddies and Minuteman dudes and coworkers and stuff, they all call me Metal. So just kind of stuck. Um, the Tin Man thing. My local boy band here, we are known as the Knights. Knights are defenders of the Republic. I have a morale patch that has a knight. It used to be my logo on here, and I swapped it out. It's a knight with a shield, with the sword out. I retooled it with Reaper, had him do his magic on it, and sent it back to me. And now I have the new logo with the American flag behind it, with the camo scheme with the knight. Pretty cool. I have some like metal stuff that I had made for me and stuff, like plaques for on the wall and stuff with the knight on it. So we're known as the Knights. This is the way. Unless you're the Highlander, then there can be only one. But I have my Knights. Well, Knights are otherwise known as Tin Man or Tin Men. So Tin Man, I'm a Tin Man. I'm a Knight. So Tin Man, right? And the TNA, I was just like a funny thing, like that's what I asked, but it's tactical and apparel because I do deal with the tactical stuff, and I also want to get into making apparel, hoodies and jackets and stuff for carry, for if you're having to wear a slick carrier or something, what clothing is best going to outfit that person having to wear a slick carrier. Different things like that. Different shoes, boots, pants, boots and pants. But I want to get into doing that kind of stuff too. Because I found that some of the stuff is cool, but I'm not dropping $400 for a pair of freaking pants. I'm going to Salvation Army or Goodwill or something like that and grabbing whatever I can for like $4. I got a pair of ACU pants here that perfectly here about a month or so ago at our local Salvation Army. I think they were like $4. They're like brand freaking new. The only thing is ACU, it does work well in foggy, wintry times and like rainy and stuff like that. ACU does work pretty good in my region, but I'm going to dye it with RIT dye to make it more subdued so it isn't that gray green looking crap. Yeah. But about some cryptids, some myths and legends. Nice. Yeah, I got a lot of stories about that kind of stuff too. And yeah, Mando delves deep into it. Mando has Asperger's, the whole Elon Musk thing. I've joked around about him being 31% less autistic than Elon Musk. But yeah, you want to know about anything about the banana slug in Peru, he'll tell you. You want to know the melting point of some metal, or where you're going to find the biggest deposits of some rare earth mineral, or you want to, I don't know, just the most random things. He knows it. You can talk about quantum physics and like, wow, like stuff to blow your mind, right? But then he gets the yoo-hoo brain, like, ooh, monkey found a peanut. Monkey found a peanut. And he gets squirreled real easy. He's supposed to be coming over here this evening, and we're going to go over his podcast and stuff. But yeah, his podcast is focused completely on that stuff. Mine is, I do randomosity episodes where it's just random whatever, like that kind of stuff. I do current event stuff, so all the stuff going on, do that kind of stuff. But then I also do, like today I did the 45 ACP episode. It's all about designated marksman, and I did the rant at the end of what happened here at the YouTubes here this past week. But yeah, if you do, you do have Spotify, guys, it's there. The link's in the on the channel here, so check it out. It's one of those things. Episode 1, and it builds from there. Started out in the beginning, just using my little black mirror here, using my little Samsung, and doing my podcast on that. But then I worked with Reaper, who I did the Warrior Collective podcast and YouTube with, and we decided that we were going to take and part ways only because he didn't have time to do any of it anymore. So I wanted to keep going, so I created all this. I just used my phone. Well, then I turned around and started doing the podcast with my phone, and I started learning the limitations of it. So then I got involved here, got him to help me get set up here because he's an IT guy and he has a plethora of everything. And he's like, "Oh yeah, here you go." Thanks. So I got set up on here, got all this stuff set up, and started doing it here. And the production quality has gone up. I'll never have flashy intro music on here and scenes and cut videos and all that stuff like some of the other guys do. I'm just gonna jump in, start doing my thing. Um, is what it is. I'll go for high quality content over high quality production any day when it comes to this. Um, Much with the podcast, I have a soundboard I use and this, that, and the other. Do good with editing, and I learned how to do the editing and get the. I got it set up with my software. It kind of sucks because it's a virtual studio, but what's cool about it is I program my levels for my sound levels, so I don't have spikes and dips. And I also programmed in noise canceling. So if the dog barks or they're running a vacuum upstairs or somebody flushes a toilet up here over my head or something upstairs, y'all ain't hearing that. So I set that up as a one button done, done, that I can do all that. That's one of the benefits of having a virtual studio versus like a physical soundboard. I know my buddy Eric, he just started his podcast, Lake Bottom Lounge. He just started this past week. Is episode 1 trailer. I am going to be on that show with him at some point here, talking all about the tactical realm stuff, preparedness, and music. I mean, we're friends for like 30 years, so we can 30 plus years. We can talk about all kinds of stuff, embarrassing stories, and everything else. But anyway, he has an actual physical soundboard. He's a musician and has like the actual soundboard and mics there. I can do stuff virtually. So like Twin, whenever I go to have him on my podcast, I can send him the link to join my virtual studio, and he can just join me right from his home to mine, right here in the cave. I can be doing all this, and we can be recording a show remotely, which is really cool. He can't do that with his system, but I can with mine. So another benefit to having a virtual studio. You're only 7% autistic, which that's great. That's like the magical amount. I wish I could be only 7%. I have like it's like say some days like a 13 to 18%. It sucks. But yeah, so anybody else that's joined in, I won my appeals against the overlords for shutting down my live the other day. They threatened to demonetize me. Get this, Twin. They tried to demonetize me. I don't meet the criteria to be monetized to begin with. I'm not monetized. What? So I had a good laugh about that and said, recheck your stats and what your criteria is to be monetized, and then please reply to me. I got an apology email. But the other stuff, I appealed it, cited law, said I'm an educator, and that's all I was doing is educating. Everything was safe, everything was good, and from here on out, I've removed all of that stuff except like the little stickers back over here and stuff on the ammo cabinet. I'm not going to do any more videos on guns, about guns, or any of that stuff. I'll cover that on other channels, on other platforms that will be more to that kind of stuff. It'd be awesome if you didn't have to be a multimillionaire to do anything on Rumble. That'd be great, but no. I'm probably more than 7%. More than 7% autistic. I'm definitely more than 7% autistic. But yeah, y'all were doing your steak and taters last night. We did our steak and taters last night. Oh, cast iron skillet, seasoned up the steaks with it was like 1.5 inch New York strips, fresh cut up at the local butcher shop. We did I did salt and pepper and African smoke seasoning on them. Buttered up the skillet real good, got nice and hot. Get them good sear in there. Threw more butter in it. Into the oven 350 for probably about 40-ish minutes. Pulled them out, perfect medium rare. I like mine more rare. If it ain't mooing, I ain't chewing. That's me. I'm a carnivore. What can I say? But she likes it more medium rare to medium, which I do for her anyway. But yeah, they were fantastic, and like the baked potatoes were freaking huge. They were like almost the size of my freaking dome. They're delicious, delicious. Yeah, I know you guys had like T-bones and stuff. I like a T-bone. I like a T-bone. I like my ribeyes too, but the New York strips, like there's like a history there with me and Reaper with New York strips. Like he does like amazing New York strips on his smoker. I don't have a smoker yet. My grill just died, so I'm. What's up, Quack Attack? Yeah, man, I'm back. I'm back. They couldn't keep me down. On the podcast, I play the Karate Kid music. The best around. Nothing gonna ever keep you down. Yeah, I play that in the podcast for that. Yeah, with the grill, it's old. I've had it for a long time, and it finally just done. So getting rid of it, and I'm getting a smoker. My next door neighbor has a smoker, and his works awesome. Reaper has one. His is awesome. A lot of my buddies have them. They have smoke houses because we're out in the middle of nowhere, and some people have actual full-on smoke houses and stuff. But anyway, I'm gonna get a smoker. I have a Blackstone, so I'm looking at upgrading my stuff, and if I can get New York strips in the smoker, fillets in the smoker, delicious, delicious. I'm looking at upgrading this guy. I am looking at upgrading this. This is just like a little NC Star thing with like a made up J arm for on the helmet. Um, yeah, I'm looking at upgrading this. I'm a little bit different cat. Episode 45, I talk about enablers with designated marksman. Know what to use, when to use it. Night vision is good for certain things, whereas thermal is good for certain things. So my ideal setup is I have like a pano bridge that I can do one or the other independently. On my right eye for passive aiming, use night vision PBS 14. If I don't need it, I can go left eye and I can do thermal scans with it. Now, if I'm in a situation where I need both, I can put them both down and I have both thermal and night vision at the same time. Now, that being said, night vision's green, right? You see the green. You also see the white phosphor too. White phosphor is awesome, but it's more expensive. In thermal, you can have all those different settings for white hot, black hot, red hot, blue hot, whatever. If you set it for black or white hot on the thermal, and then on the night vision, you set it up with a white phosphor setup, you're looking at black and white the whole way across. You're not having to process all kinds of colors and play mind games. So I can be looking black and white with the night vision. Oh, I got to add thermal. I got black and white the whole way around. This will jump out at me over here. This will jump out at me over here. So that's the kind of setup I'm looking at getting here, maybe later this year. Really looking forward to getting out and train with that stuff. I'm hoping to make it down to the new brush beater store down there in North Carolina. If I do get down that way, I'm gonna holler at you. But yeah, I'm looking at going down there and actually seeing Scout and purchasing the stuff in person. I got one of my other brothers. He works for Highway Patrol down there. He kind of lived around like Clayton, Zebulon area. I don't know how far that is from you, but I spent about a week or so down with him a couple years ago down there. He had a shooting range on his property and everything like that. We got to go out and like around and have some fun and stuff. But yeah, I haven't been down there. He just actually, unfortunately, went through some family stuff and he bought a bunch of property and is building his own place. So Massive T-bone on it. Massive T-bone, massive baked potatoes. Hell yeah. I'm trying to do a thermal and night vision bridge together. That that bridge, I like having them both together, but I like being able to swap them. I don't want anything that's going to be static, that they're both down or they're both up. I like to be able to be independent. Because right now I use PVS 14 on one side, um, and I borrow my buddy's thermal and I hold it up, but I want to be able to just go bloop, plop her down. It's kind of my ideal thing if I could, that's what I'd do. I'd do that besides having dual tubes or having pano or anything like that, having quad nods. I'd rather just have a single tube, night vision, white phosphor, and a black and white thermal. That's just my jam, just how I like to roll it. But yeah, so I did record episode 45 earlier. I was going to do video on the chest rig, my marksman chest rig, and I was going to start getting into that stuff here today. But I do have to rescue Brother Mando and help him out with his podcast and getting that all set up. But yeah, when we will talk about the scrims, we will talk about the helmet covers, we will talk about the podcast, we will talk about all that stuff. More so offline here. I just kind of wanted to jump out here and say, everybody, hey, I survived. Yeah, they didn't take me down, so I'm back. Very short pause there, but yeah, I'm back. It is what it is. I mean, if they wanna tread, then guess what? I'm gonna melt the boot. Um, I'm going to stand up to tyranny anyway, so it's kind of why I'm in this business, isn't it? But yeah, I won't hold you guys up. I know, Twin. I know you're going to be doing live here. If I don't jump on, it's because I'm doing podcast stuff with Mando. Trying to do all this stuff today versus tomorrow when I'm trying to do other household stuff and get things done around here. But if I can, I will jump on your live later on, brother. Hope everybody's having a great day, great morning, great evening, whatever time zone you're in, whatever weather situation you're in. I hope you're having a great one. I hope that you stay blessed. I hope that you can bless others. I hope that say something to lift somebody up. We lift each other up here. We don't squash on anybody. I joke around and I say, yeah, we flip each other's stuff and joke around with each other. I say to my one buddy, a little heavier, I say, I know 5 fat guys and you're 4 of them. We joke like that, right? But it's not from here. It's just joking around. It's just being silly, right? And be positive, be good, lift each other up. Probably going to get off here real quick so I can get back in touch with Mando and get his happy butt up here in the snowstorm and get him out of here before more snow comes and they get stuck here. I love him, but I don't want to have his autistic butt sleeping on my couch. Again, we don't talk about that. I am going to try and get that store up and running. I really want that store up and running. I want manufacturing up and running first and foremost. But I got to jump through a lot of hoops and I got a lot of research to do. And I have a lot of hoping that I can find the right companies to work with me because I'm very picky about that. Because I don't want some crappy place making crappy stuff. I'm out a bunch of money and it means nothing because then I get crap. I don't want that. I want solid stuff. So I carry a lot of weight on these shoulders when it comes to that stuff. So I want everything to be right for my customers. I'm also trying to look at a way, constitutionally doing this, mind you, that we can avoid taxation. Because taxation's theft. And why should my customer have to pay a tax to buy my produced items that I've already paid tax on? Why are we stacking tax? We shouldn't. We shouldn't be paying property taxes every year. Pay property tax when you buy the home and it's done. When it's done, you own that land. With the taxation of a vehicle, you buy a new vehicle, you pay tax on it. You buy a used vehicle, you're paying tax on it. So I don't like that. So I want to be able to set things up in a way that my customers don't have to pay the crown for something that they're buying from me. Um, I'm not a crypto fan, Levi. I gotta say, to be fair, I'm not a crypto fan. Um, I've seen a lot of that stuff throughout the years, not crypto per se, but things like crypto that have kind of waned. And people put a lot into it, and then when it's all said and done, all somebody has to do is flip a switch, and you're out everything. So if they just decide in that market that okay, we're not going to do this anymore, f you. Well, whatever money you invested, you just lost, just that quick. I'm the kind of guy. It's just me. I'm the kind of guy that I don't bet. I don't gamble. I know Sith only deal in absolutes, and I'm a Jedi, but I don't gamble on things because I don't want to waste. I don't like to waste. If something doesn't work out, I just wasted, and I don't like to waste because I've been the guy that didn't have, and I worked my butt off to get where I was. I don't want to lose anything, so I always go for the sure thing. Um, I'm not the crypto guy. Just I'm not. Be more inclined for like gold and silver, um, beans and bullets, hardware. I've talked about this on the podcast. Getting hardware, nuts, bolts, screws, nails, zip ties, duct tape, air filters, you name it, that kind of stuff. I will go for that kind of investment over crypto or anything like that. Just me personally, to each their own. I I have a buddy that he went and put a lot of money into one of the cryptos. I don't know which one, but something happened that he lost out on a lot of money. Like it took a dip and he lost a lot of money and was kicking himself in the junk for doing that. So yeah, you definitely on any investment, you have to do your homework. I don't care if it's gold, it's silver, it's beans and bullets. You have to know, like Levi just said, you have to know what you're buying. Um, a lot of times there's buyer's remorse with things. You have that thing called a 401k that you invest in at work. They give you the 401k retirement, blah, 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 and make it sound really good, right? They take a percentage from you every paycheck. They take, and the company invests a percentage every paycheck. Then you get, say, 10%, say 5 and 5, just for sake of math here, you get 10%. They're investing for you to make you more money. Okay, cool. Well, if that market starts taking a hit, you take a hit. I don't like that. Here a couple years ago, my one through work was through Fidelity, which is a BlackRock company. For those of you that don't know, Fidelity is a BlackRock company. My 401k took an 18% hit inside of 2 weeks. That was several thousands of dollars that just went poof. I had no say in any of that. And poof, there went several thousands of dollars. I didn't know about it until I got the statement. Like, what the heck? So I called in. I tried to eliminate the 401k. They wouldn't let me do it because I still work for the company, even though the company was bought out by a different company. They switched custodians, and I did not like sign on that I was okay with it. So okay, whatever. I want to cash it out. I want to take it because I can invest it better than what they can. Apparently, if they're losing 18% in 2 weeks, there's a huge problem. They wouldn't let me do it. So I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to stop contributing. Well, that means that your company is not going to contribute and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, I don't care. Why am I going to pour water into a colander that's going to pour water out the bottom? I'm not putting money into something that's falling out the bottom. Ain't going to happen. So I halted my contribution. Company halted their contribution. Little market had recovered, and I have made some of that back. I tried to get in touch with Birch Gold to roll that from that Fidelity 401k into a Goldback IRA. But they can't do anything with it because I still work there and all this semantic crap. So maybe if things do kick off and I can leave that place of employment for Tin Man full time, then I will do so, and I will pull that and I will put that into a fund for my employees. But anyway, people thought the internet was crazy. Thought the cell phone was crazy. Hey, I mean, Levi, I think we're gonna see. Time's gonna tell. Um, how they say, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's shit, right? Sometimes things will take off, other times they take off for a while and they fall off. Sometimes things fall off right away. It's hard telling. I mean, none of us truly have a crystal ball. We can see how trends are, so we can see how things track, data off previous engagement, like I say all the time, but we're gonna see. We're gonna see. We're gonna find out one way or another. So anyway, guys, I'm not gonna keep y'all on here anymore. Y'all go enjoy your time. Get on Twins Live later on, folks. If any of the silly Sallies are on here watching this, make sure you're going and subscribing to Twin Arrows. My dude's awesome. Get him doing some more content videos and get me doing some more lives, and we're gonna have a good time. We got a good thing going here, and I'll talk to you offline too, Twin, about some stuff that has gone on here. So just some things rolling around in the mind brain here. So I'll bring you into light on that later on. So y'all have a blessed day. Take care. Be safe. Be blessed. Until next time, metal out.